Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another class in the virtual classroom. This lesson is for grade 6 biology. In our last lesson, we discussed about deforestation. If you missed that lesson, on the same channel, you can view this with the topic deforestation. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss impact of deforestation. It means in this lesson we will talk about what happens as a result of deforestation. Deforestation in our last lesson we discussed it means cutting of trees and plants. Look at this diagram. It explains that deforestation can have two types of effects. One is the environmental impact and the second one is economical impact. This diagram elaborates about different impacts. Inshallah, we will discuss them in detail. What are the environmental impacts and what are the economical impacts of deforestation? First, we divide the environmental effects into two categories. One are short-term environmental effects and the second are long-term environmental effects. In short-term environmental effects are increased soil erosion. It means as a result of deforestation, soil erosion will increase. Yani soil will become unable to grow further crops and vegetables. Second short-term effect of deforestation is disruption of water cycle. Now, if the water cycle will be disturbed, it means the availability of the fresh and clean water will disturb, which ultimately will affect human health and animal health and further growth of foods. Third short-term environmental effect is climate change. As a result of deforestation, the biggest problem that the whole universe has started feeling is a climate change. Day by day, the weathers are becoming more unpredictable. They are becoming more extreme. Like in winter, it's getting more extreme cold, and in summer, even the regions which are facing extreme summers. This is a direct impact of deforestation. Now, if we talk about the long-term environmental effects, out of them, the first effect is deforestation will reduce biodiversity. Biodiversity actually let us know about the number of plants and number of animals in a habitat. And if in a habitat the number of plants and animals are having more varieties, it means the chances of survival of life there are more. Life can have many opportunities. If one species will eliminate, the other species will be there, which can be used as a food. The second long-term environmental effect is climate change that we discussed already. In the beginning, it will be a short-term effect, but continuous deforestation will lead to permanent climate change. Here is a diagram which is predicting about the impacts of deforestation on weather patterns and crop yields around the results. you can see how the climate change can affect the whole world in the future. Now, if we talk about the economical effects, the first economical effect is deforestation greatly influences many lives. Many lives, like animals' lives, birds' lives, depends on deforestation. They have the great economical values as well. So if deforestation will be more, definitely it will influence these lives. Second economical effect here you can see on the screen is like in Southern Asia, deforestation contributed to migration and social conflict. As a result of deforestation, there is happening a lot of migration. This migration is in both in humans and in animals. So as a result, if animals or humans will move from one place to another place, so social conflicts will be there. The people living in these areas already will be disturbed. Like in Brazil, in our last lesson, if you remember, we discussed Brazil is in the list is the top country with the deforestation. So as a result, in Brazil, the poor people are constantly pressured to move from their villages, often to remote soy plantations, or even to the cities where they have to work under inhuman conditions. Also, deforestation will result to destroy the sources of medicine. As plants, in our next lesson, we will discuss plants are the sources of a lot of different types of medicine. So, if there will be too much deforestation, slowly we will lost these sources of medicine. Also, plants are source of food. So, if there will be too much cutting of trees and plants, so there can be food insecurity. And the last one, and a very important one, flooding. Plants stop floods. They also regulate rains. So if there will be too much deforestation, flooding can cause loss of many lives and homes.